the stand. And then we've got some
I believe they are. Anyways, this is Ronnie from Mantic Games. I first ran across Mantic Games via Beasts of War, and I've noticed that your company has grown by leaps and bounds since then. Do you want to tell us about your latest releases that you've got coming up?
Yeah, well, we're all about toy soldiers. We're a toy soldier company, and we launched a couple of years ago with the elves. Followed that up very quickly with the undead and the dwarfs. We just released our abyssal dwarf, the evil orc.
Those are cool. Yeah, I really like those.
And people are very excited about those. This month, just hitting the shelves in your local gaming store, is the Dwarf King's Hold. It's a dungeon crawler. Nice, simple, straightforward rules, scenario-driven, dice are in the games. As always with Mantic, it's got a great price on it, so you can...
and it's got figures, I noticed, too.
29 of them.
Nice.
In the very first run, the undead are also in bone, so a little bit of it wash from Army Painter, and you've got a painted undead set. So really nice and straightforward. They'll be hitting the shelves the next 2 weeks. Then after that, we're straight into the Orc Army.
I noticed that. I noticed up on your website you had already got them for sale. Is that?
Yeah, we do some pre-sales. I mean, you know, as much for that, it's about telling people that they're coming and here they are arriving. They'll be hitting the shelves of your local gaming store in May.
Nice.
The first set coming out will be the hand weapon and shield, so your standard warrior who just goes into combat. As always, with a command sprue, so you can put a command team together. Then you've got the great axes, more heavily armoured, two-handed axes.
Got it, got it.
And then followed up straight away with the general, who's mounted on a gore, and a standard bearer, army standard bearer.
Okay, and you can tell me this is top secret, but I gotta ask it anyways. Is there a plan to come out with some goblins to go with these dwarves?
Sure are. You can see there's a little goblin sneak was our first.
I noticed a little guy in there. Yeah, he was cool.
He's our first venture into the goblins, and we're really pleased with how that came out. The concept work was fantastic. The sculpt was excellent. And so, yeah, we're actually going to have on our armies. We're going to have the goblin army list and the orc army list, and they're separate.
Oh, so, nice. So you can run them as separate armies.
You can run them as separate armies, and they'll be balanced as a single army. But as always with Kings of War, there's the alignment. So evil armies can just straight away align with other evil armies.
Very nice.
So you can have orcs with goblins, but then actually a bad necromancer might hire those as mercenaries and have a huge big horde of undead.
Of which I bought yesterday.
There he is.
I gotta love it. Was it 110 figures in that box set?
For $80.
That is just insane.
60, 70 cents. And that's where we're trying to bundle people together, make army collecting easy. The models come together nicely. Straight on the
I noticed that when I opened it up last night.
When you start clipping and gluing, you can really have a regiment. Well, I think we had a challenge once that was to do 10 figures in the fastest time.
I remember that.
Someone chased it down to like 6 minutes, I think.
That's insane. I love your undead dog too, by the way. That is beautiful sculpt.
Thank you. We always try and put a little bit of character on each army. So with the undead, there was the dog. There was also the skeleton coming up out of the ground. The dwarf, they obviously have their bulldog.
Right, those are cool. I love the handle harness.
That's so you can throw it into combat.
I wasn't sure what that was for.
Check the rules out. There is rules for the pit dogs, combat pit dogs.
Oh, that's insane. That is cool. That is cool.
And the biggest insult a dwarf can throw at you is you can't even handle my dog.
That is so cool. Do you have plans on expanding into other style armies in the future?
Yeah, I mean we love toy soldiers. That's what we're all about. Trying to get it tooled, made, and out there. People use it for all different systems. You know, a lot of D&D people are picking up on zombies, and we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep building armies. We're going to keep adding new things. We've already got sculpts. The elves next month are getting Draken Riders.
Nice.
Yeah, beautiful models. So you got the big battle dragon. But actually, I think young elves, young elf nobles would ride young dragons.
Yes, absolutely. It makes all the sense in the world.
And a full-size dragon, and so you can see these three-man kind of cavalry units mounted in with young dragons kind of going into combat.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Are you going to be looking to get tournaments going with your game system?
Yeah, we have an invitational tournament coming up at the end of the year in the UK. We're alongside companies like Rankings HQ, over at the Eye of the Storm up in Mansfield, which is a great gaming venue. It's going to be invitational. We're going to invite all the very best Warhammer 40k players to come and try our tournament in a new format, which will be the simplified Kings of War rules, but actually, as people play them, they're very, very tactical. It's not about your army you build, it's about how you use it.
Sure.
And you can have a timed event. So
now you were talking about the chess timers.
And so they're all going to be there, and you're going to play. So it's not only you're playing your enemy and your army, you're also playing against the clock. That clock hits 0, you lose.
Got it. So it's just at that point you go right up the whoever has the most troops left wins, point value wise, or
no, you run out of time, you lose.
Oh,
so
okay.
You've now got to manage the clock as well as your forces. It's a chess clock, so I hit it. Your turn. You press it down. It's my turn. If you notice from the Kings of War rules, in my turn, you do nothing.
Right, I remember that.
People ask you, why have you made it so clean? We've made it so clean so that when I start my turn, I do everything, I test your nerve, I test everything, so that you can run the clock.
Got it.
What that's going to do...
Oh, it's based off of victory conditions. I was trying to think of what the so whoever's got the best victory conditions at the end of that 1 hour period wins the game.
No, Alessio made it that if you both have time left on your clock when your turn's run out, then whoever has the best victory conditions wins.
I see. Okay.
But if you manage your time so badly, your time gets down to 0, you lose.
Ah.
So there's going to be like
I've never seen that before.
So like turn 3, have a 5-second turn.
Sure.
So if you take ages setting up and so it's going to add that to the game. You've got to make quick decisions. Battles don't wait.
Oh, totally. Fog of war happens all the time.
And that's not created at the moment in many other games because we've got 2 hours to play, but if I take 1 hour and 15 minutes, you've only got 45 left.
Exactly.
It doesn't actually split down necessarily fairly. You also see people running down the clock because they think if it stops now, I win. If there's another turn,
I may lose. Right, and then you just got to deal with the dilly-dallies.
So we've taken that out.
That's excellent.
You try and run that clock down, you try and use that, it's going to work against you. The fog of war's there, the pressure's there, as your time's running there.
It's almost like Space Hulk, because you're fighting the clock in that as well.
Yeah.
And that really makes for an
exciting game.
Exciting game.
I don't know if it can be as relaxed as this. We've been at Adepticon, had a fantastic couple of days. I know people enjoy playing. Kings of War, you can still play it as normal.
Right.
But we're going to try and create a
tournament
for the kind of hardcore extreme players. You're going to say, okay, you probably never played in a tournament that's quite as pressured as this.
Sure.
Now, what we're going to ask them at the end is, did you enjoy it or not?
Oh, I'm sure you will, just because it is.
If they don't enjoy it, then maybe it's something we do occasionally as an invitational. But if they're really enjoying it, then I think it's a format that I'd love to bring to Adepticon and I'd love to bring to some events.
Now, speaking of Adepticon, what other cons are you going to be going to here in the States?
Okay, what we're now building up, which is nice, there's lots of local support in each of the towns, and then guys, we've got some outriders out in California way who are taking us along and supporting us there. We will be back for Gen Con.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll be there.
We'll be there too. And
Excellent.
Big stand. We've already booked our stand. It's going to be a big L-shaped stand. We've already demos across the front. We're going to have a 3-up of the Dwarf King's Hold.
Oh,
so
cool.
We're going to use the 90mm figures and 3 times the tiles to play the basic scenario. So we're going to have some fun with that. We're going to take that to Salute in the UK in a couple of weeks' time.
And finally, when you're at Gen Con, will you be doing any tabletop warfare there? Or will it be only at the booth? I.e., do you have them set up so that people can go play Kings of War?
We'd like to do that. I think that's something we're certainly talking about. I think there's some free gaming tables.
Yes.
We've organised that we're going to be the primary sponsor of the Paint and Take.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to be providing 500 of the figures for that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing some prizes as well for those painting tournaments. And I'd love to be running some gaming. And we're just going to, as soon as we've got Adepticon out of the way, we're going to have Salute in the UK, which is the biggest European show, UK show for us. And then it's all about Gen Con and getting back over here in a couple of months' time.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right. I wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.